Esteemed seekers of truth and architects of reality, I stand before you today to impart a message of paramount significance, a message that, once truly comprehended and applied, possesses the power to metamorphose your existence in ways previously deemed inconceivable. The essence of this message is both elegantly simple and profoundly transformative. Propel yourself forward, for no external force will undertake this task on your behalf. Now, you may find yourself pondering, what precisely does it mean to propel oneself forward? Is this not merely a reframing of the age-old adage to exert more effort? I assure you, it is infinitely more profound than that. When I speak of propelling yourself forward, I am referring to the act of harnessing your divine imagination to craft the life you ardently desire. You see, my esteemed companions, the world you perceive around you is nothing more than a reflection of your own consciousness. Every circumstance, every individual, every event in your life is a manifestation of your own thoughts and beliefs. It is through the power of your imagination that you can transmute these thoughts and beliefs, and consequently, transfigure your world. However, here lies the crux of the matter: no one else can undertake this for you. No one else can imagine on your behalf, no one else can believe for you. It is you, and you alone, who must shoulder this mantle of responsibility for your own existence. Allow me to pose a question: have you ever experienced a dream so vivid, so tangible, that upon awakening, you were astonished to find yourself in your bed? Have you ever envisioned a scene so clearly that you could perceive the emotions, inhale the scents, hear the sounds as if they were transpiring in reality? This, my esteemed companions, is the power of your imagination at work. Yet, all too often, we employ this incredible gift haphazardly. We permit our minds to wander towards worries and fears, envisioning worst-case scenarios and perpetuating the very circumstances we wish to escape. We must propel ourselves to direct our imagination consciously, deliberately, towards the life we wish to create. Envision, if you will, that your mind is akin to a garden. Every thought you think, every scene you imagine, is like planting a seed in this garden. Now, I ask you, would a wise gardener sow seeds of weeds and thorns, hoping for a bountiful harvest of flowers and fruits? Of course not. Yet, this is precisely what most of us do with our minds. We plant seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, and then wonder why our lives are not blooming with success and happiness. To propel yourself forward means to become the wise gardener of your own mind. It means to consciously choose the seeds you plant, to nurture them with the water of your attention and the sunlight of your belief. It means to be vigilant, to uproot the weeds of negative thinking as soon as they sprout, and to tend to your mental garden with the same care and dedication you would bestow upon a physical one. But remember, my esteemed companions, this garden is yours and yours alone. No one else can tend it for you. No one else can plant the seeds of your desires or pull the weeds of your doubts. This is why you must propel yourself forward, for in this most crucial of all tasks, you are entirely on your own. Now, some of you might be thinking, surely we need the help and support of others to succeed in life? And to this, I say yes, the physical world is replete with wonderful individuals who can offer guidance, support, and opportunities. But even the most well-meaning person cannot crawl inside your mind and imagine for you. They cannot feel the reality of your desire for you. They cannot persist in the faith of your dream for you. These are tasks that you, and you alone, must undertake. Let me share with you a principle that has been the cornerstone of my teachings: imagination creates reality. This is not some fanciful idea or mere motivational slogan. It is a fundamental law of the universe, as real and immutable as the law of gravity. When you truly grasp this principle, you will understand why propelling yourself forward is so crucial. For if imagination creates reality, then the quality of your imagination determines the quality of your life. And who is responsible for the quality of your imagination? You are. Consider this: every great achievement in human history began as an idea in someone's mind. The Wright brothers imagined human flight before they built their first airplane. Martin Luther King Jr. imagined racial equality before he gave his iconic speech. Steve Jobs imagined a computer in every home before Apple became a household name. These visionaries didn't wait for someone else to propel them forward. They didn't wait for circumstances to be perfect or for others to believe in their dreams. They propelled themselves forward. They dared to imagine a reality different from the one they saw around them, and they persisted in that imagination until it became their physical reality. And here's the beautiful truth: you possess the same power within you. The same imagination that created skyscrapers, symphonies, and space exploration resides within your consciousness. The only difference between you and the great achievers of history is that they dared to use this power consciously and persistently. So how do we begin to propel ourselves forward in this way? It starts with a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing yourself as a passive observer of life, waiting for things to happen to you, start seeing yourself as the active creator of your experiences. This means taking full responsibility for your life. It means no more blaming circumstances, other people, or past events for your current situation. It means recognizing that every aspect of your life, your job, your relationships, your health, your finances, is a reflection of your consciousness. Now, I can almost hear some of you protesting. But, you might say, I didn't choose to lose my job, or I didn't want this illness, or I'm not responsible for the economy. And to this, I say, you may not have consciously chosen these circumstances, but they are nevertheless a manifestation of your consciousness. You see, your consciousness is not just your conscious thoughts. It includes your subconscious beliefs, your habitual thought patterns, your deepest fears and desires. Many of these operate below the level of your awareness, shaping your reality without your conscious input. This is why propelling yourself forward is so important. It means becoming aware of these subconscious patterns. It means challenging your limiting beliefs. It means consciously choosing new thoughts and imagining new possibilities, even especially when your current reality seems to contradict them. Let me provide an example. Suppose you find yourself in a job you dislike. You feel stuck, undervalued, and unfulfilled. Now, the common approach would be to complain about your boss, update your resume, and start looking for a new job. And there's nothing inherently wrong with taking practical steps. But if you truly want to transform your situation, you must first transform your consciousness. Instead of focusing on what you don't like about your current job, start imagining your ideal work scenario. Feel the satisfaction of doing work you love. Imagine the respect and appreciation of your colleagues. Feel the financial abundance that comes from being valued for your unique talents. Now, here's the crucial part: you must propel yourself to maintain this imaginal scene even when your physical senses tell you nothing has changed. This is where most people falter. They try creative visualization for a day or two, see no results, and give up. But remember, you're not trying to change the physical world directly. You're working on a much deeper level. You are changing your consciousness, and the physical world must, by law, rearrange itself to match your new consciousness. This is what I mean by propelling yourself forward. It's not about forcing things to happen in the physical world. It's about persistently aligning your consciousness with your desire, even when there's no external evidence of change. It's about stepping into the feeling of your wish fulfilled, here and now. If you want a loving relationship, you must propel yourself to feel love now, even if you're currently single. If you want financial abundance, you must propel yourself to feel the relief and freedom of wealth now, even if your bank account tells a different story. This takes practice. It takes discipline. It takes persistence. And that's why no one else can do it for you. No one else can feel these feelings for you. No one else can persist in the faith of your fulfilled desire for you. But here's the wonderful truth: as you propel yourself to maintain this new state of consciousness, you'll start to see changes in your outer world. It might start small: a compliment from a colleague, an unexpected opportunity, a new idea that excites you. These are signs that your inner work is bearing fruit. And as you persist, larger changes will follow. That unfulfilling job might transform into a rewarding career. That financial struggle might give way to abundance. That loneliness might blossom into a beautiful relationship. Remember, the outer world is always catching up to your inner world. It's like your shadow; it has no choice but to follow you. So when you change your consciousness, your world must change accordingly. Now, some of you might be wondering, isn't this just positive thinking? I've tried that before, and it didn't work. And to this, I say, what I'm describing goes far beyond mere positive thinking. Positive thinking operates on the level of the conscious mind. It's about trying to override negative thoughts with affirmations and hopeful statements. And while this can be helpful, it often leads to inner conflict. Your conscious mind says, I am successful, but your subconscious, based on your current experience, says, no, you're not. What I'm advocating is a much deeper change. It's about aligning your entire consciousness, conscious and subconscious, with your desire. It's about entering a state of being where your desire is already fulfilled. This is why I often speak about the importance of feeling. Your subconscious mind doesn't understand words as much as it understands feelings and sensory experiences. When you can feel the reality of your desire, when you can step into the state of the wish fulfilled and inhabit it fully, that's when true transformation occurs. Let me share a personal example. Many years ago, I desired to travel to Barbados to visit my family. But I had no money for the trip and no logical means of getting there. Now, I could have simply repeated affirmations like I will go to Barbados someday. But instead, I did something much more powerful. I lay down on my bed and imagined myself in Barbados. I felt the warm Caribbean sun on my skin. I heard the familiar accents of my family and friends. I smelled the salt air, felt the sand between my toes. I inhabited this imaginal scene with all my senses, feeling the joy and gratitude of being there. I propelled myself to make this imaginal scene more real to me than my physical surroundings. And I persisted in this state, returning to it night after night, feeling it as vividly as I could. And then, seemingly out of the blue, an opportunity arose. My brother in Barbados, who knew nothing of my desire or my imaginal work, decided to pay for my trip. Within weeks, I was in Barbados, experiencing physically what I had already experienced in my imagination. This, my esteemed companions, is the power you hold within you. This is why you must propel yourself forward. Because when you propel yourself to use your imagination in this way, you set in motion forces beyond your current understanding. You see, we live in a universe of infinite possibilities. But most of us only experience a tiny fraction of these possibilities because we limit ourselves with our habitual thinking and our acceptance of reality as we perceive it. Propelling yourself forward means expanding your conception of what's possible. It means daring to imagine a life beyond your current circumstances. It means having the audacity to believe that you can be, do, and have whatever you truly desire. But here's the key, you must propel yourself beyond mere daydreaming or wishful thinking. You must propel yourself to the point where your imagined reality feels more real, more vivid, more true than your physical reality. This is not easy. It requires a kind of mental and emotional discipline that few are willing to cultivate. It requires you to deny the evidence of your senses and to put your faith entirely in the unseen reality of your imagination. It's like being pregnant with a new reality. Just as a pregnant woman knows she is carrying a child long before there's any external evidence, you must know the reality of your desire before it manifests physically. And just as a pregnant woman adjusts her life to nurture the growing life within her, you must adjust your thoughts, your conversations, your actions to nurture your imagined reality. You must propel yourself to live from the end to be the person who already has what you desire. This might mean changing the way you talk about yourself and your life. It might mean making decisions based on your desired reality rather than your current circumstances. It might mean letting go of relationships or situations that don't align with your new self-concept. All of this requires courage. It requires faith. It requires persistence. And that's why no one else can do it for you. No one else can believe for you. No one else can persist for you. No one else can be faithful to your vision for you. You must propel yourself to maintain your faith even when the world tells you you're crazy. You must propel yourself to persist even when results seem slow in coming. You must propel yourself to stay true to your vision even when easier paths present themselves. But here's the beautiful truth, as you propel yourself in this way, you'll discover strengths and abilities you never knew you had. You'll tap into a wellspring of creativity and power that will amaze you. You'll start to see the world in a completely new way. you'll begin to understand that everything in your world is a reflection of your consciousness. The person who cuts you off in traffic, the unexpected bill, the compliment from a stranger, all of these are showing you aspects of your own consciousness. And as you grasp this truth, you'll realize the immense power you hold. You'll understand that by changing your consciousness, you literally change your world. This realization is both liberating and sobering. Liberating because it means you're not a victim of circumstances. Sobering because it means you must take full responsibility for your life. This is why propelling yourself forward is so crucial. Because once you understand this truth, you can no longer blame others for your situation. You can no longer make excuses. You must propel yourself to consciously create the life you desire. Now, some of you might be thinking, but what about other people? Don't they have their own free will? How can my imagination affect them? And to this, I say, there is no one else. There is only you pushing out into the world. Every person in your life is playing a role in the drama of your consciousness. They are acting according to the script you have consciously or unconsciously written for them. When you change your consciousness, you change the script, and they must change their role accordingly. This doesn't mean you control others in the conventional sense. It means that your consciousness creates your entire world, including the behavior of others towards you. As you change your conception of yourself and others, their behavior towards you must change. Let me give you another example. Suppose you see yourself as unlovable, as someone who's always rejected in relationships. This self-concept will manifest in your reality. You'll attract people who reject you, or you'll unconsciously sabotage relationships to fulfill your belief. But if you propel yourself to change this self-concept, if you start to see yourself as deeply lovable and worthy of a fulfilling relationship, your reality must change to match this new self-concept. You'll start attracting different people, or the people in your life will begin treating you differently. This is why it's so important to propel yourself to imagine lovingly for others. See them as you want them to be, not as they currently appear to be. As you do this, you're literally creating a new script for them in the drama of your life. Remember, the world is you pushed out. Everything and everyone in your world is a reflection of your consciousness. So when you change your consciousness, you change your entire world. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but isn't this selfish? Shouldn't we be thinking about others, not just ourselves? And to this, I say, there is no more selfless act than to improve your own consciousness. You see, as you elevate your consciousness, as you propel yourself to embody higher states of being, you automatically uplift those around you. Your joy becomes infectious. Your peace becomes a sanctuary for others. Your success inspires and empowers those in your sphere of influence. Moreover, as you learn to consciously create your reality, you become a living example of what's possible. You show others that they too have this power within them. You become a light in the world, illuminating the path for others to follow. But remember, you can't give what you don't have. You can't uplift others if you're mired in negativity yourself. You can't inspire others to reach for their dreams if you're not pursuing your own. This is why propelling yourself forward is not selfish. It's the most powerful way to serve others. Now, let's talk about the challenges you might face as you embark on this journey of conscious creation. Because make no mistake, propelling yourself forward in this way is not always easy. There will be obstacles. There will be doubts. There will be moments when you want to give up. One of the biggest challenges you'll face is the voice of your rational mind. This voice will tell you that what you're doing is foolish, that you're deluding yourself, that you should be realistic. This voice is loud, and it can be very convincing. But remember, this voice is based on your past experiences and your limited understanding of reality. It doesn't know what's truly possible. It doesn't understand the power of your imagination. You must propel yourself to quiet this voice, to move beyond the limitations of your rational mind. Another challenge you'll face is the opinions of others. As you begin to live from your imagination, as you start to embody your desired reality before it's physically manifest, you might face skepticism or criticism from those around you. They might tell you to get your head out of the clouds or to face reality. But remember, their reality is not your reality. Their limitations are not your limitations. You must propel yourself to stay true to your vision, even when no one else can see it. Remember, every great achievement began as a vision that others couldn't see or understand. But perhaps the greatest challenge you'll face is the temptation to give up when results don't come as quickly as you'd like. This is where most people falter. They try to use their imagination to create change, don't see immediate results, and conclude that it doesn't work. But remember, you're not trying to manipulate the external world directly. You're working on a much deeper level. You're changing your consciousness, and it takes time for the outer world to catch up to your inner changes. This is why persistence is so crucial. You must propel yourself to maintain your faith, to persist in your imaginal acts even when there's no physical evidence of change. This is the true test of your faith and your commitment to your vision. As you continue on this journey of conscious creation, as you propel yourself to live more and more from your imagination, you'll start to experience a profound shift in your relationship with the world around you. You'll begin to see that everything in your experience is a reflection of your consciousness. The world will become like a mirror, constantly showing you your own thoughts and beliefs. This realization can be both empowering and challenging. It's empowering because you'll understand that you have the power to change anything in your life simply by changing your consciousness. But it's challenging because you can no longer blame external circumstances for your problems. You must take full responsibility for everything in your experience. This is why propelling yourself forward is so crucial. Because once you understand this truth, complacency is no longer an option. You must continually work on your consciousness, continually refine your imagination, continually choose thoughts and feelings that align with your desires. But here's the beautiful part: as you do this work, as you propel yourself to consciously create your reality, you'll experience a sense of freedom and empowerment beyond anything you've known before. You will no longer feel like a victim of circumstances. You'll no longer feel bound by your past or limited by your current situation. You'll know, with unshakable certainty, that you have the power to create any reality you can imagine. And as you step into this power, as you begin to consciously shape your world, you'll find that life becomes an exciting adventure. Every day becomes an opportunity to explore the depths of your imagination, to push the boundaries of what you thought was possible. You'll start to approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. You'll see obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than barriers to your success. You'll embrace change as a natural part of the creative process rather than something to be resisted. This shift in perspective changes everything. It transforms your relationship with yourself, with others, and with the world around you. You'll find yourself becoming more compassionate, more understanding, more loving, because you'll understand that everyone is on their own journey of awakening to their creative power. You'll also find that your desires begin to shift. As you master the art of conscious creation, as you prove to yourself that you can have, be, or do anything you can imagine, you'll find yourself desiring experiences that contribute to the greater good. You'll want to use your newfound power not just for personal gain, but to uplift others and make a positive impact on the world. This is the natural evolution of consciousness. As you propel yourself to higher levels of awareness, as you align more fully with your true creative nature, you naturally want to express that creativity in ways that benefit all of humanity. And here's the amazing thing: as you align your desires with this higher purpose, you'll find that manifestation becomes even easier. It's as if the entire universe conspires to support you when your desires are in harmony with the greater good. So propel yourself forward, my esteemed companions. Propel yourself to imagine greatly. Propel yourself to believe in the reality of your imagined state. Propel yourself to persist even when the world tells you it's impossible. Propel yourself to take inspired action. Propel yourself to be the person who already has what you desire. Propel yourself because no one else can do it for you. Propel yourself because within you lies the power to create worlds. Propel yourself because as you do, you inspire others to do the same. Propel yourself because in doing so, you fulfill your highest purpose as a creative being. Remember, you are not a helpless speck of dust drifting through a vast, uncaring universe. You are the universe itself, individualized into human form, with all the creative power of the cosmos at your disposal. You are imagination itself, taking shape in human form. So dare to imagine greatly. Dare to propel yourself beyond the boundaries of what you think is possible. Dare to create a life so magnificent, so filled with love and joy and purpose, that it inspires everyone around you. For in propelling yourself forward, in daring to consciously create your reality, you're not just changing your own life. You're contributing to the evolution of all humanity. You're playing your part in the grand awakening of consciousness that is unfolding on our planet. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you persist in your imaginal act despite contradictory circumstances, every time you revise a negative event into a positive one, you're adding your light to the collective consciousness of humanity. You're helping to create a world where more and more people awaken to their true creative power. So propel yourself forward, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of all. Propel yourself because in doing so, you're fulfilling your highest purpose as a human being. Propel yourself because as you do, you become a beacon of light in the world, showing others what's possible when we dare to use our imagination consciously and lovingly. And remember, this journey of conscious creation is not a destination to be reached, but a path to be walked every day. Each day presents new opportunities to propel yourself forward, to refine your imagination, to choose love over fear, to persist in your faith. So embrace each day as a new adventure in consciousness. Wake up each morning excited about the possibilities that lie before you. Go to sleep each night grateful for the opportunity to revise and refine your day. Live each moment fully present, fully aware of your creative power. For in the end, this is what it means to truly live, not to merely exist, reacting to circumstances and drifting through life, but to consciously create, to actively shape your reality, to fully express the divine imagination that you are. So propel yourself forward, my esteemed companions. Propel yourself to be all that you can be. Propel yourself to create a life so beautiful, so filled with love and joy, that it takes your breath away. Propel yourself because in doing so, you're fulfilling your highest purpose and contributing to the awakening of all humanity. Remember, you are imagination itself taking shape in human form. You are the operant power in your world. You are the author of your life story. So propel yourself to write a story so magnificent, so inspiring, that it uplifts all who hear it. And know that as you propel yourself forward in this way, as you dare to live from your imagination, you're never alone. The same power that created the universe is within you, guiding you, supporting you, cheering you on. Trust in this power. Have faith in your imagination. Persist in your vision. For as you propel yourself to live from your imagination, as you dare to consciously create your reality, you are not just changing your own life. You're changing the world. You're contributing to the evolution of human consciousness. You're playing your part in the greatest story ever told, the story of humanity awakening to its true creative power. So propel yourself forward, my esteemed companions. Propel yourself with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your imagination. For in propelling yourself forward, you're pushing the boundaries of what's possible for all of humanity. You're helping to create a world where everyone understands their true creative nature, where everyone lives from the power of their imagination. This is your mission, should you choose to accept it. This is your purpose, your calling, your destiny to propel yourself to the heights of conscious creation, and in doing so, to light the way for others to follow. So go forth, my esteemed companions. Go forth and create. Go forth and imagine. Go forth and propel yourself to be all that you can be. For in doing so, you're fulfilling your highest purpose and contributing to the awakening of all humanity. Remember, the world is waiting for you to propel yourself forward. The world is waiting for you to fully express the divine imagination that you are. The world is waiting for you to consciously create your reality and inspire others to do the same. So propel yourself forward, because no one else can do it for you. Propel yourself forward, because within you lies the power to create worlds. Propel yourself forward, because as you do, you're changing not just your own life, but the entire world. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your opportunity to propel yourself to the heights of conscious creation and to inspire others to do the same. Seize this moment with both hands. Embrace this opportunity with all your heart. For in propelling yourself forward, you're fulfilling your highest purpose and contributing to the evolution of all humanity. Go forth and create, my esteemed companions. Go forth and imagine. Go forth and propel yourself to be all that you can be. For in doing so, you're not just changing your own life. You're changing the world. You're lighting the way for others to follow. You're contributing to the grand awakening of consciousness that is unfolding on our planet. Remember, you are imagination itself taking shape in human form. You are the operant power in your world. You are the author of your life story. So propel yourself to write a story so magnificent, so inspiring, that it uplifts all who hear it. And know that as you propel yourself forward in this way, as you dare to live from your imagination, you're never alone. The same power that created the universe is within you, guiding you, supporting you, cheering you on. Trust in this power. Have faith in your imagination. Persist in your vision. For as you propel yourself to live from your imagination, as you dare to consciously create your reality, you're not just changing your own life. You're changing the world. You're contributing to the evolution of human consciousness. You're playing your part in the greatest story ever told, the story of humanity awakening to its true creative power. So propel yourself forward, my esteemed companions. Propel yourself with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your imagination. For in propelling yourself forward, you're pushing the boundaries of what's possible for all of humanity. You're helping to create a world where everyone understands their true creative nature, where everyone lives from the power of their imagination. This is your mission, should you choose to accept it. This is your purpose, your calling, your destiny to propel yourself to the heights of conscious creation, and in doing so, to light the way for others to follow. The world awaits your creative power. The universe stands ready to support your dreams. All that remains is for you to propel yourself forward, to dare to imagine greatly, and to persist in the faith of your fulfilled desires. Your journey of conscious creation begins now. Embrace it with all your heart, for in doing so, you embrace your true nature as a divine creator in human form.